Good evening and welcome to the Marshall Hangouts. Today I'm hanging out with a beautiful human, a beautiful artist, Zakes from Tidalwaves. Hello, my friend.
Hi, Sister Kerry.
How are you?
Good on yourself.
I'm so good. All the better for seeing you this evening.
So good to see you.
It's just been far too long and I've really missed you.
That's the thing, it's been like, I don't know, people have been, we've been missing to meet with people that are so important in life, and you just can't see them.
It's a really tough time for everybody out there, but musicians and the guys behind the scenes really are taking such a big knock. And the other day I was chatting to a friend of mine just saying, I feel like I'm suffocating without live music and without cuddles and hugs and, getting to see my people. Yeah. So getting to see you tonight is very special.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to hang out and thank you for coming to chat to me tonight.
Thank you, Kerry.
I've been lucky enough to chat to you on many occasions, and this time around I'd like to chat again about where you come from. I want to talk about your hometown. I want to talk about Northwest and where you grew up, and then we'll carry on with your journey through the music industry and through life. So tell us a bit about where you grew up and how you grew up.
I think my story is like this, Kerry. I was born in a mining town called Kerry-anne, the small town in the Northwest. But then my parents were, my father was from the so-called Transkei, and my mom was from Kimberley. So my mom had rights to be in the township. Daddy didn't have. So he got a lot of arrest that made him unrest, and then he decided that he should take the family to the countryside where it will be like more quiet than in the urban places. So I was born in Kerry-anne, and luckily I was raised in the countryside, in a place called Budibi. It's a village, and this village, it is right deep northwest towards Mahikeng. That's where I grew up. That's where a lot of things I've learned and harness things that has built me, for me, my character. I think my character, it's been built by the way we were raised, the people of the village, because that's where I saw that thing of a child is being raised by a village. I know that I was raised by a village.
What a beautiful story. And I'd really like to chat to you about those life lessons that you learned way back when. Because of the beautiful human being that you are right now, I think so many people out there could benefit from you sharing some of those lessons. What about growing up in your village and growing up being raised by a community in a village changed you or molded you into the person you are today?
Kerry, I think that mechanism, it's amazing, because when we grew up on those times, we were taught that everyone who's in the age of your brother is your brother. Anyone who's in the age of your sister is your sister. Anyone who's in the age of your mother, she's your mother. Anyone who's in the age of your father, he's your father. And he's got full rights just like your parents, even if they are not there, We couldn't mess around in the street, because even at home we were told, our father used to put us down as boys and say, you know what, boys, you are representing a lot of people. When you go out there, it's not only you. You are representing me as your father, your family, your clan, where you come from, your tribe, the whole village. So if you mess around, you have messed with all these people. If you have just done a wrong thing, you have done wrong thing for the village, for the whole clan, for the whole tribe.
No pressure.
So you know that, so you need to keep it clean, for you to represent your father as a good parent. Because if you come out as that seed, then you have disgraced him in a manner that the whole village is going to start blaming at him that is his what he fed to his kids. So and it was nice. It wasn't like a thing that you were forced to do, but it was just happening
You wanted to do
automatically.
it, yes.
And you feel it and you felt it. And I was that youth that used to like the elderly people. All the time I would hang out with them, so that I can earn that knowledge that they're keeping, because they will talk things that we don't talk or our fathers don't talk, because them they are elderly people, and for we young boys they were interested on us because they sending us there and we energetic and running and coming back, and they like okay, and they will take out everything, and then you will grab. If you are that one that wants to grab, you will grab for yourself, you will grab for the world, you will grab for everyone that will be next to you to tell them and tell, to reveal all that. Yeah.
And so much respect, I think, from where you grew up, because I've been lucky enough to meet some of your family, and there's such respect and honor and beauty and realness in your family, and it's just absolutely beautiful to watch. Having your son with you at one of the radio interviews was so special, because he oozes the same sunshine and honesty and respect that you do. So I feel so very lucky to have met more of your family and to count you as one of my friends and one of my brothers. So it's just awesome. I want to talk about partying in that village of yours. Tell us about the parties and what you get up to there, because we've chatted about that before, and how you get down and how you all just come together and really, really throw down. Tell us about a typical night for you in your village with your people.
It's back then or now. Now, well, things have changed. If I can take you a little bit back, the village, there were times that, there were places and houses that we knew that Mama B's house, there's vibes. And there was another brother who had a team of a football team, but his house was like a place where a lot of people meet all the time. So he turned it into kind of a vibe where dances and all the things, Friday and Saturday it will be only the dance music and all partying and all that. Sunday it will be the serious jazz and blues, And I used to enjoy those nights.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those nights. That's why I knew a lot of big names while I was still young, because I would hear when they roll that turntable that, hey, bring me, hey man, Jimmy or Stanley Tarrantine or Jimmy Smith. So I used to get those names, there's this bands, until I was a musician. And I started checking their music. I was like, whoa, it's amazing, But I grew up in a place that I was a good dancer. I remember there was this completers party, which is, we call it what now, when the matriculants are done. What is it called?
The matric farewell.
Yes. So during our days, it was called the completers party, because they were saying when you have done matric, you have completed. So it will be a completers party, and only the matriculants, they will be coming there and have a party. They wear CVs, they don't go to school, they book the hall for them and stuff like that. I used to take the hall down, man.
You were the prom king.
I would take the hall down with the dance thing, And the worst thing, the best thing about that is that we are tipsy at that time. We and our friends.
Of course, you've got to be.
And we're at school with the teachers, and then they can see that these kids are drunk.
What are they going to do? You're not going to see them again. You are complete.
We're done.
Okay, we got to do this right now. Show me a dance move. From way back when, I'm taking you back to your matric years, your days rather. Show me a dance move. Come on, I want to see one of your dance moves, please.
There was this one, we used to call it Gurja.
Gurlan.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one you do. The beat, it wasn't fast, like you go. Your leg, you should make it.
Yeah.
And you know.
Okay.
Right to left, like, you know, circle, circle. And
So it's 1, 1, 1, 1.
yeah, just
Okay.
like that. But get the move, you know, like, oh, 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 So you can go round and round and round, up to you. So, and then we can keep the 1. And then you can go for your 3 or 4.
And does someone come in the middle of the circle?
Yes.
You the one that comes in the middle of the circle. You're the prom
Let
king.
me go first then. And then you'll follow me. Oh, 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 oh.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Your turn. Oops, oops,
I can't do it. I can't do it. I gotta
No,
sit
you're on the
down.
move. That's your style, then. Oh, that's how we used
I'm
to do it.
intimidated by your moves. I've never been a great dancer, so I need to sit down. But how cool. The prom king. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it here first. Those magic moves. I hope you see them again sometime soon on stage. How cool.
Yes.
And so you finished matric in the Northwest. You had a beautiful life in the country with your beautiful extended family. Yeah. And you were influenced, and you'd heard the sounds of so many bands and artists that started influencing and inspiring you. And I remember once we chatted about you being at a Rolling Stones concert and being influenced by people like Pink Floyd. Let's talk about those bands that take you back in time, that are still with you and that you still love today, because I know you did a phenomenal cover of Floyd's Wish You Were Here. But let's talk about those influences.
You know, when you grow up, Kerry, and there are people who are rolling music, I think people who rolls the music, the fans of music are totally different. There are fans who are there to just listen to the music and dance and done. But there are those who are very concerned. You know, they will follow the lyrics, they will follow the band, they will follow the culture of the band. You know, we had brothers like that who they would roll us serious music. You know, there will be time that they will play music for everyone to dance and happy. But there will be time that they have a collection, and then it's a special collection. You ask yourself, why this special collection? Then they start explaining to you that, you know what, there are bands like this. You know, these bands, these are like Bob. We didn't know Bob Dylan. You know, we as black community. But then these guys, they know as black people who were doing music, and they were collecting music everywhere. So they would just bring music like that, Pink Floyd, you know, Queen. But there will be those selections of this Bob Dylan, this is Pink Floyd, this is, you know, Jim Morrison, and then you know, bands that are not, you don't hear them played everywhere, but they're still so concerned with music. So I used to do that music when I was young. And luckily when I was grown up, I got to get this music again. You know, it brings the memory back. That where did I know this? Where did I hear this? Where did it takes you back? And then I see, oh, I remember when I was young. That's when I used to go to Brakila and check his music. He used to play this song. He used to play this song. He used to play this guy. He used to. Then now you reverse all your mind that, oh, that's why he was playing about Bob Dylan, about, you know, all the bands who were like against the system. You know, bands who were not happy about the system, the way it runs things. You know, and those bands, they will put things on the lyrics, but then we are young. We don't know. We will be wondering why this man likes to listen to this album. Then we ask him questions, why you like? Then he starts explaining that, no, you know, these guys, you must listen to these guys, man. They're talking serious story. It's not about, hey, let's go to the party now. This is not.
Well, that's the thing. I think with music, some music, it's there to get down to, and it's there for a purpose. It's there to shake that tail feather,
yes.
do the gualam.
Yes, yes.
And then there's that kind of music that shakes you to your very core, and will be with you for the rest of your life, and it taught you something from a young age with an important message that you've had instilled in yourself, you know. And I think when you took on the extremely difficult challenge of covering Floyd's Wish You Were Here, you can hear that the song means so much to you, and so does the lyric, because you pay such respect and have made such a beautiful tribute to such a phenomenal song that we all just know and love so much, and it means so much to us. That there's a song or two or three songs that they happen to you. You know, you just feel them, and they never ever leave you. And I guess when I heard your rendition of that song, it just gave me goosebumps, and it was just so beautiful. Is that one of the songs? If you had to choose 3 songs that have traveled with you and that are timeless and that really, really mean something to you, what are those songs?
Yo, Kerry.
And it's a difficult question, I know.
It is, because I've listened to a lot of good music.
Yeah.
There are, excuse me, there are good musicians and good songwriters out there. But there are people who a song, I don't know how to explain. That's why we musicians would like to say that thing, because we don't have an explanation of it, but we know the feeling, because who feels it knows it better than the one who doesn't, you know. So we know that we call it that thing, you know, they've got that thing, you know, that makes, I don't know, maybe that time they're writing a song at that time, maybe the connection they're getting, they are aligned in the right energies at that. I don't know what happens to them when someone who can write a lot of music, but there's that only one music that you ask yourself, what was he thinking? You know, those are the songs that they, and I've got from Bob Marley, I've got songs like that. Pink Floyd, I've got songs. Queen, I've got songs like, I've got, you know, all these musicians, I've got that song that I asked myself as a musician, that was he connected to other energies that we maybe have never yet reached as the present musicians, because we are playing and we are trying to write music, but to explain it further, I can say we don't bring that classical song presently that will last for generation to generation, like them they did, the creators of the genres, because the genres were created according to the way they do the art. They didn't know that they were creating genres. They were just creating, and then people will say, no, this is not this, it is this, and it will be a genre and a genre and the next. So that beauty, how can we take it further now? You see, Kerry. So that's why I ask myself that these guys sometimes, they were connected into some other energies when they were doing those songs, or that time when he was writing that song, during that hour. Because a song comes once and it's done. It's not, and then you can work it out with bands and guys to make it big, but it comes once, it's a song, that time.
I think the song that comes to mind for me, and you've mentioned so many incredible artists, performers, people that have made such a big difference in our lives through music. And I think John Lennon's Imagine just came to mind while listening to you and how you're...
What a song.
And how you're describing things.
What song? Those are the songs that you ask yourself, what was John thinking at that time?
Yeah.
You know?
I often ask myself, if Bob Marley and John Lennon were still alive today, what would be going down in the world today?
What would they say? Because some of the things that they've said before are happening. And during then, it was like it's prophetical.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And just thinking about it's giving me goosebumps. Wow, mountain just music is so special, and it takes you back in time, and it stays with you, and it influences your whole life. As do your performances as Tidalwaves. It's something very special watching a Tidalwaves show, because you really feel the energy at a festival in a small venue. You really put so much out there energy-wise, and you really can feel every word and every beat, and it's a beautiful thing watching a Tidalwave show. So thank you for sharing your music with us for all of these years, and I can't wait to watch you on a stage again sometime soon.
Wow, I miss.
I am starving
You have
to watch you perform again live soon. So fingers crossed that happens. We have run out of time, but you know how much I love you and how much I love spending time with you. So we could go on forever.
Yes, there's a lot to say.
There's
yeah.
so much to say.
Yes.
So we have to get you back. But because of how much I love you and how much you put out to the world, if you ran the world was yours, and you had a message for its people, because I know it would be inspiring, what would that message be?
Sure. My message, to the people, Kerry, I think if people can consider things that are important and make sure that an important thing, we treasure it. Not just consider it, but treasuring it. That is, if we have a knowledge of good, raising people or making the nation to be a good nation, we should treasure that and make ourselves strong through things like that. I was amazed by my tour to New Zealand. When I was in New Zealand, there's one thing that made me feel like very ashamed about where I come from. Because I saw there was one thing that makes the people of New Zealand to be one and united, and makes them uniquely New Zealanders. Kiwi. Only Kiwi. Kiwi. When you say Kiwi to the New Zealanders, every New Zealander is treasuring that, and it makes them one. All of them, both Maori, both white, both black, both Indian. As long as you are a Kiwi, you become one. You no more become a Maori, you don't more become a white person, you no more become an Indian, you become a Kiwi. If we can have that in Africa, the thing that can make us one, all as human, and if we hold it on it, thinking about it, and then it makes us to be that,
Let's nurture our relationships, let's grow strong together, and let's be as one.
True.
A beautiful message by a beautiful human and a beautiful artist. Zex, thank you for inspiring and motivating me, and for spreading your love as always. It's been fantastic having you on the show.
Thanks a lot.
And I hope to see you again soon. Lots of love to you and to your friends and family and loved ones.
Thanks a lot, Kerry. I know, it's a pleasure.
You and I are one. I feel that. So I appreciate you in my life. You've got to catch Tidalwaves, and if you ever see this guy, give him a big hug, buy him a drink, and tell him that he is loved, because he is. I'm Kerry-anne, and this is the Marshall Hangout. Thank you, Zex.
Thanks, Kerry.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
Take a look at today's life. Everything is crumbling down. Yes, we are faced with a certain situation that leaves a trail of hurt in our hearts. It is reality. Nobody can deny it. This is reality. Nobody can deny it. This is reality. Oh God, we know. Nobody can deny it. This is reality. Nobody can deny it. It is wrong for people to be prejudiced, pronouncing wrong right. It's like a candle that burns both sides. That candle will never, never last. This is reality. Oh Lord, Lord, nobody can deny it. This is reality. Nobody can deny it. This is reality. Oh gosh. Nobody can deny it. This is reality. Nobody can deny it. Have a nap and sleep if you want to. Take your nap and fold your hands. But remember, wealth protects the rich, and poverty destroys the poor. This is reality. Oh Lord, nobody can deny it. This is reality. Believe it or not, nobody can deny it. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah, oh There's too much anger in this world, never witnessed before. But nature is a way of putting on hold everything that gets out of